All right, first question from Nakobe. We'll go to Mark Weiser.
Hey, Nakobe, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Can you kind of let me know, what the last, I don't know, 15, 16 hours has been for you guys as you come here, and it's kind of a different bowl experience with, I saw you guys wearing masks, around the hotel and that kind of thing. Are you able to enjoy anything around Miami?
Yeah, so last 15, 16 hours been basically, we had practice yesterday. We had practice, then we basically just traveled here, had basically a bowl activity. We ate on a boat and we came back and we had a little free time, Yeah, we got masks on, we trying to stay away. We trying to stay safe from this new variant out here. So for the most part, we just stand around each other in the player lounge and just chilling on our free time.
All right, next question is for Zach Klein. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Nakobe, did you notice any pickup in the intensity, energy, focus, whatever you want to call it, following the Alabama game compared to the way you were rolling during the regular season? Did you guys kind of need that hard reset and snap back to reality?
I did. Because kind of like when we started back practicing, it was kind of like a camp style of practice when we first started back. So it was kind of a new reset of energy and focus. But I won't say that there was a fall off even before we had played. So I feel like we just gotta continue to work and continue to do what we do.
Okay, next question is for Mark Schlabach. Go ahead, Mark.
Good morning, Nakobe. How much do you think you guys have to prove after the performance against Alabama that you were as good as people thought you were during the regular season? And what attributed to the blown coverages in the secondary that we didn't see during the regular season?
I feel like we just got to work. We got to trust the coach's game plan, and we got to execute. We got to execute at a high level. And as far as contribute to the blown coverages, it was just we didn't have elite focus and elite execution. We got to execute our job, do our 111 every day. So it's like for the blown coverages and everything, it's like we just didn't have elite focus and elite execution at play.
And next question is for Steve Hummer.
Yes, hey Nakobe. What do you think has been this defense is the most effective thing you've done in the last couple of weeks to get reset from the last game?
Basically, reiterating the opportunity that we got. I know for me, it's been telling the guys the type of opportunity that we got in the position that we're in. It's a lot of teams out there who are not in this position that we're in and got the opportunity that we have to do what we do. So basically, that's kind of been the refocus and the mindset that, we got a huge opportunity to do something that never been done before in a long time.
All right, we're going to take two more questions here for Nakobe. Next one goes to Jed May.
Hey, Nakobe. Coach Lanning got asked about him, so I want to ask you about Coach Schumann. Just what is it like, or what is he like as a leader of this defense and a leader as the inside linebacker room, and just how have you seen him grow, as a coach and a leader over your years in Athens?
Yeah, he's grown right along with me, as a coach. I feel like he's great. He works as hard as, if not harder, as we work on the field, So he demands the best out of us, and that was one of the reasons I came, because I know he was gonna push me to be great, not just be good or be average, be mediocre. He was gonna push me to be great every day in and day out, and that's one of the big reasons that I really respect him and grateful for him for that.
All right, last question for Seth Emerson.
Nakobe, is there any kind of danger in trying to fix what went wrong in the last game when the next opponent plays a different style and has different strengths and weaknesses, the way Michigan and Alabama kind of contrast with each other?
Well, we do what we always did. We went to the doctor, seeing what hurt us, what we didn't do, how we didn't execute. We worked on that, but at the same time, we're on another opponent. So we're on another opponent. So it's a new game plan, similar goal to win, but a new game plan. So we just got to trust the plan and execute at high level.
All right. Thank you, Nakobe.
Thank
Appreciate
y'all.
the time. Next student athlete we're going to have is Chris Smith.
How you doing?
Morning, Chris. How's it going?
Morning.
All right. We'll get started with Chris. First question for Connor Riley. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I wanted to ask you, how is your knee doing? And obviously in that Alabama game and in the time since then, how has that impacted your ability to play at both the safety position and the star position?
My knee doing pretty well. I've been working with the training staff a lot to be able to get back going on the field and stuff like that. I definitely had a great opportunity to be able to play in the last game, and I'm doing everything I can to play in this game. And, the training staff is working with me so much, and I appreciate them for that. I'm putting in a lot of work to be able to get my knee back right, and, everything's going to be good.
And next question for Anthony Dasher. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hey, Chris, good to see you today. What percentage do you feel your knee is right now? And I know you played a little bit of star left in late in the season. You anticipate going back to that position for this particular ball game?
I don't really want to disclose that information about the percentage of my knee or anything, but I'm doing everything I could be able to play, and I'll go out there and fight for my brothers.
All right, next question for Chip Towers. Go ahead, Chip.
Yeah, Chris, I'm wondering, with Coach Lanning heading out, Coach Schumann and Coach Muschamp being co-defensive coordinators, has the dynamic changed in terms of the day-to-day at all? Can you just kind of describe if it's different, or is it absolutely the same? You wouldn't know anything was different.
No, sir. It's absolutely the same. We still been running things how we've been running it all season. Obviously, Coach Lanning hasn't gone on to his new job yet. He's still with us, and like he said earlier, he's going to try to play out his role with us the best he can, to the best of his ability. And he's been doing a great job of that all year, and he's continuing to do so until this thing's over.
And next question for Justin Felder. Go ahead, Justin.
What's up, Chris? Hey, we just heard from Nakobe. You guys got to, go out on a boat a little bit yesterday, but you look around the NBA, the NFL. I mean, this thing's hitting teams. So does Coach Smart say something to you guys? Does Dr. Corson say something to you guys? And what do they say about being safe? Is it just, stay in your room, wash your hands a million times? Like, what's the message to you guys to be safe?
It's really the same thing that they've been reiterating to us all year, just being safe, wearing masks. COVID is definitely going back up right now and it's getting crazy. So they're just stressing us to be safe and make good decisions. COVID is pretty much everywhere right now. So you can't really dodge it or anything like that. But the things we can do as players, coaches, as a whole team is just try to be safe, because it's getting really crazy out here. So they just reiterating the fact that you need to be safe, wear masks, wash your hands, stuff like that, to make sure that we don't have a breakout or anything like that.
Okay, next question for Davis Baker. Go ahead, Davis.
Chris, when you guys have 25 days in between games, does the competitiveness in practice change at all? Is there increase? Does it increase? Does it decrease?
It stays the same. We always have a competitive environment in our practices and stuff like that. And another thing our coaches do a good job of, and even players on our team, is keeping up that competitive balance within our team. We always want to go out there and compete and get better every single day, because, it's always stuff that we can improve on. And, we want to be perfect, but you're never going to be perfect. So it's a lot of things we can improve on each and every day. And when we go out there and compete, we're just working to get better.
All right, last question here for Chris. I'll go to Dennis Dodd. Go ahead, Dennis.
Hey, Chris, I wonder if you could explain, why the Alabama result did or didn't put, doubt in your minds about how good this defense is.
Well, it definitely didn't put doubt in my mind about our defense. We go in and we put work in every week for our opponent and things like that. Obviously things didn't go how we wanted to go that day, but we focus on a new opponent. We focus on Michigan, and we focus on being able to be able to get a win so we can move on to the next level of our season.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Next, we're going to have Lewis Cine. Good morning, Lewis. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great. And yourself?
Pretty good. All right, we'll get you started here. First question to Seth Emerson.
Sorry. Hey, Lewis. Hate to ask, but this is a common question I get from people. What do you all only get tested for COVID if you're symptomatic or unvaccinated, or is there like still surveillance testing going on for you all like last year?
I honestly know as little as you do. Well, a larger percentage of the team, well, probably 98 or 99% of the team's vaccinated. Other than that, that's the only thing I can say because I don't know the rest of what's going on other than that.
Our next question to Mike Griffith. You there, Mike?
Oh, yeah, thank you. I asked Coach Lanning earlier about Michigan being a power football team, and yet they have all these explosive plays. I know that you've studied this team deeply. How do you explain that paradox? How is a power team also so explosive?
For one, it's definitely the players they have. A team wouldn't be what they are without good players. They have some really good explosive players from offense, running backs, slot receivers, tight ends, even their quarterbacks. So the players make majority of who they are, and then good coaching with their head coach, receiving coordinators coach. A lot of those guys I'm familiar with. So it all comes to those two factors, really.
And next question for Steve Hummer.
Yeah. Hey, Lewis, the specific to the secondary, what did you guys need to fix after the last game?
Specifically to our secondary. Well, I'd say that not a lot had to be changed in terms of, what we know. It's just we just went back to our fundamentals, really. Use this stretch of getting ready for Michigan to also work on ourselves. So we did that, work on the fundamentals, the basically the things that people don't seem to focus on when they get to these points in these games. So that's basically what we did.
All right, next question for David Hale.
Hey, Lewis. Kate McNamara has that really sort of funky sidearm delivery. As a DB, does that impact how you kind of are tracking the ball, or kind of does it make it tougher to sort of see it come out of his hand and that kind of stuff? Is there any impact at all in the way that he delivers the ball compared to sort of that more normal drop back overhand style?
No. I mean, the ball has to get in the air one way or another, regardless how he throws and which way he throws. It's still going to be in the air, so that doesn't really affect me.
Okay, next question for Jed May. Go ahead, Jed.
Yeah, Lewis, a two-part question. One, you mentioned the fundamentals there. Sort of what are the fundamentals that y'all have been working on in practice over the past couple of weeks? And then two, I guess a couple of weeks ago, you mentioned, y'all did some things you hadn't really done all year against Alabama. Has there been an emphasis in practice on, doing what y'all have done all year to get you to this point?
Well, basically, the fundamental stuff is tracking the ball at the highest point, tackling, because in bowl games, there's a lot of missed tackles. Making sure we communicate from D linemen to linebackers to the four corners of the DBs, from corner to safety. Other than that, it's just those little things that'll make a big difference when it comes to the games. A lot of people might not think so, but we think so, and that's why we're really focused on that. And secondly, what was your second part of your question? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Jed.
Sorry, I was muted still. You mentioned, last time we talked with you that you guys did some things maybe differently defensively, schematically than you've done maybe all year against Alabama. Has there been an emphasis in practice on just getting back to what y'all have done all year and the stuff that's made y'all so good, through those first 12 games?
Well, I can't really say that because, most likely other teams are watching these interviews also. So wait till the game and you'll see. And that's the most I can say.
All right. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Next up, we're going to have Quay Walker. Good morning, Quay. How you doing?
Morning. How are you?
Good. All right. We'll get started here. Connor Riley, go ahead. Your first question.
Hey, Quay, wanted to ask you, when you were being recruited, what impressed you about Glenn Schumann? And now that you've played under him for 4 years, how have you seen him grow as a coach?
Just his knowledge for the game and everything like that. Me and Coach Schumann relationship pretty much started kind of late or whatnot, however you want to put it, throughout my recruitment. My main recruiter was Coach Kevin Scherer. They ended up going to Tennessee or whatnot. It was him. But ever since me and Coach Schumann started, things have just been, real, real perfect from the get-go. Just anything that we talked about, everything that stood out, that I wanted to stood out, just stood out from him. Mainly his, by him being so intelligent of the game and whatnot, things like that, just stood out with me, and that transfer over to today.
Your next question for Richard Johnson. Go ahead, Richard.
Hi, Quay. Coach Lanning talked about eye discipline and how important that will be against Michigan, especially with how they pull and use tight ends. How have you guys been drilling that during the bowl prep and staying on top of it?
I've just been working on it each and every day throughout practices, and just making it one of our key focus points, however you want to put it. It's just something that we really, looking forward to, and just pay close attention to. Even in walkthroughs, we do the same thing as well. So we pretty much test it each and out throughout every day.
Okay, next question, Andrea Adelson. Go ahead.
Good morning. Coach Lanning had mentioned that they've been showing you guys a lot of the running backs breaking tackles.
Right.
And I'm wondering what the keys are going to be, knowing how physical these guys are and how they enjoy the contact and are actually looking for it and not trying to avoid it.
Just at the end of the day, this is pretty much why you play football, and that's pretty much the name of the game. Just run and hit. Make sure we wrap up, drive our feet as well. Pretty much gain tackles as well. Just swarm the ball and do what we do, and that'll take place of everything. But back to what you said, they're really good backs.
Our next question for Jeff Schultz. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, obviously, the Alabama game has been a major talking point for a lot of media and fans. I'm just wondering, from your perspective, as you looked at that game and played in it, was there anything at any point when you thought, geez, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were?
No, at the end of the day, it just came down to the main team that was played the best game. And they played the best game. They were the better team that day. They executed very well and highly on both sides of the ball. So at the end of the day, we pretty much didn't do our job on defense. We didn't get any turnovers. We didn't set the quarterback. More than likely, when that happens, you're not going to win no game. So at the end of the day, we just got to do what we got to do, and that'll take care of everything else.
Our next question for Pat Forty. Go ahead, Pat.
Hi, Quay. I want to take you back to when you committed to Georgia. It was a lot of guys from that 2018 signing class who are now key players on defense. When you guys were coming together, did you have a feeling that you had a special class coming together?
No doubt about it. It was the main goal. Seeing the 2017 team and the things that they did, going to the Rose Bowl, winning, going to the Natty as well. That was a place that was a thing that we wanted to do as well. As recruits, so we already pretty much had our mind made up. But we know it's not easy getting here. You just got to put the work in and day out, and things will happen for you.
Okay, last question for Quay for Mark Weiser. Go ahead, Mark.
You mentioned the 2017 team. Kirby's obviously got this program back on the stage. What's been his message to you guys about, I guess now that the Alabama game is past you and you have 2 games, if you can get by Michigan to get to your goal, what does he say about now this where you all are at and what you have ahead of you?
Pretty much just continue being us and not let outside things, ruin what we have going on, which is the dogs don't beat the dogs. We just got to focus on 3 things, focus on us, Michigan as well, and things we can do to get better. Other than that, everything should play out how we wanted to play out. But at the end of the day, we just got to go play football.
All right. Thanks, Quay. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Our last student athlete this morning is going to be Jordan Davis.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Jordan. How you doing?
Very good, very good.
Good. All right, we'll get started here. First question for Jordan is going to be from Mike Griffith. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks for being here, Jordan. Coach Lanning was talking about their backs running to contact, the physicality of the game. Is there anybody on your schedule? I know football is a physical game by nature. Anybody you'd compare the Michigan offense to? And what about the physical challenge? Does this play into Georgia's hands somewhat?
They're definitely a physical team, and it's a tremendous challenge for front seven. And comparison, I can't really compare them. Each team is different, but we're excited to play them. We're excited for the challenge, and we're just ready to get out there.
All right, next question for Connor Riley. Go ahead, Connor.
Hey, Jordan, I know he's not your position coach, but what has been your impression of Glenn Schumann and sort of what he brings to this team and to this defense?
Yeah, Coach Schumann is a tremendous coach. He's very smart in the football world, highly respected. And, it's just every time I'm around him, I learn something new. Either that's dealing with like coverage where I have nothing to do with, or it's like reading how the linebackers operate and why we need to be in our gaps when they shoot. But honestly, Coach Schumann is a great coach, and that's what impresses me the most is how much I learn when I'm around him.
The next question is for Ralph Russo. Go ahead, Ralph.
Good morning, Jordan. So if I was to say to you that Alabama put forth a blueprint to how to beat Georgia, do you think that there's like a code that they may have cracked here, or that what Alabama did could be replicated in some ways? I think that's a theme that's out there. I'm not sure if it's necessarily true, but I'm wondering what you think of that.
In my opinion, I haven't heard of that. It's the first time I'm hearing about that. But you lose some, and you just work on getting better. Obviously we're not going to be the same team from last game to this game in Michigan, but we just have to keep moving forward and worry about ourselves and just get ready for the game.
Okay, next question is for Michael Cohen. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Jordan, could you describe some of the chemistry and the time that goes into developing the twists and stunts that you guys run so well, and just how long it takes to get comfortable as a unit with the motions of that type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about timing. It's all about chemistry. Excuse me. Yeah, it takes timing from the D line, takes timing from the OLBs, from the inside linebackers, from everybody. And you know, if you're misjudging time or shoot the gap too early, you could be in somebody else's gap, and that's not good. But it's definitely a timing thing, as with any position in football. Split second can mean the world, but just yeah, the timing.
We're going to take two more questions here. Next one's for David Hale. Go ahead, David.
Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Good.
When was the last time that you thought about the Alabama game? Like, how quickly did you put it behind you, or does it continue to kind of just, you know, weasel its way into your brain or your thought process every now and again?
Definitely. I feel like any game I lost, especially you know, in college, even in high school, it still hits me every once in a while when I think about it, really. But you know, you just got to keep moving forward. You can't do all in the past. Nothing you can do about it. You just have to continue and move on in the future. And that's not just with football, that's with life. So that's one thing that I learned over the years. And, you know, you just have to keep moving forward.
Okay, last question for Justin Felder. Go ahead, Justin.
What's up, Jordan? I know this is a business trip for you guys, and there's one big goal, but you think about bowl week, and there's also the fun stuff and the go-karts and the food contests, whatever. Just what do you think this week's going to be like, and what's it like having gone through a year that was pretty normal, then all of a sudden COVID goes crazy, it's going through the NBA, NFL, and now things are going to be a little different. Just what's it going to be like, and what are you thinking about it?
Definitely excited to be in Miami and everything, but as we all know, it's a hot spot for COVID. We just have to make sure that we protect ourselves and wear our masks, and you know, just enjoy the moment. Obviously, bowl week is a great time for team chemistry and getting to know each other a little bit better than we already do. And we're just excited to be here and have fun in Miami.
All right. Thank you, Jordan. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. All right. That concludes Georgia's press conference this morning. Just as a reminder, the Michigan press conference will be today at 11:15 a.m. That Zoom link can be found in the media advisory email. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you the rest of the week, and for Michigan press conference in an hour and a half. Thanks. 2.5.